What's up, guys? So let's start this video like I do every video and say, hey, it's been a long time since I've seen you, which is kind of true. Because I did make a video of doing a clutch on Anthony's Supra, but I did it in a super high quality, and it just crashes my computer every time, crashes my phone every time. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that video. I will try to figure out a way to put it together, but I don't know for sure. Okay. Neighbor sprinklers are going off. I thought that was the car for a second. Anyways, so a couple of cool things just to catch you guys up on what happened at Bash of the Future. So the first night, I blew the oil cooler lines off twice, caught the car on fire 3 times doing that, which was rad. So I had to fix that. I starved the engine of oil for probably like 5 or 6 seconds each time I did that, I think, ish. So that wasn't good, but it still ran pretty good. And then the next day, it started to develop a misfire, and eventually the exhaust fell off as well, which really screwed with me because the car totally sounds different when the exhaust ends right at your butt cheek and all the noise is just coming up through the shifter. It kind of sucks. But so that happened, and then I did lose a cylinder or something. I don't know. It was just way down on power. It didn't feel right at all. We still managed to qualify #1, which was really cool. And then we actually, going into the next day, we won. So we got first place, qualified #1, and we took home first place. And I actually think that being down on power was pretty good because Craig and Anthony just rode my door the whole time because I wasn't fast enough to keep up with them. So I led, being the slowest one, and they managed to stick to my door the entire time. Or, well, the second run, Anthony screwed up the first run. So, anyways, that was almost a month ago, and now I am just finally getting to the car and checking out what went wrong. So, first thing I'm going to do is pull the intake manifold off, and I'm going to start looking at the rocker arms because I haven't adjusted the rocker arms in probably 3 years. So I want to check that because they were a little noisy. I was going to do a compression test, but I left my compression tester at work. So no compression test tonight. We're just going to check rocker arms. Okay, so now that I have the engine where I want it at top dead center, it's actually a little over, but it doesn't really matter all that much. It looks like the engine's not in time, which is kind of weird. Um, could be a chain thing, which isn't usually a problem with these, or maybe I set timing wrong to begin with. It's been 3 years since I built this motor, so I really don't remember everything that I did to it. But yeah, I'm not going to adjust the valves or whatever I said I was going to do just a second ago. I'm just making sure that the rocker arm is tight on there. It's like 18 to 25 foot-pounds, somewhere around in there. And so I'm just going to go around, check each individual rocker that I can, rotate the engine some more, check those, make sure everything's tight. Again, I had some rocker arm noise, I thought, but right now, just kind of feeling everything by hand. They look fine. It's probably fine. It was, Ford designed engines, so what could go wrong? But yeah, I got a Haynes, Haynes, and that's how I'll check everything. This stuff is pretty good information-wise. I could just pull the stuff up from work since I work at a Ford dealership, but this is here now and it's free, so I'm going to go with it. One down. Too good. Two more, good. Sounds good. Yep. Yep. Okay, so now we rotate the engine 180 degrees, and we should be able to check all the other ones that we did not get to look at yet. If I can find the crank bolt down in this black hole. Let's see. See if that works right. That one's loose. That one's loose. Good. Good. All right, last side, guys. If this side checks out, then I'll really wish I brought my compression checker. That one's good. Perfect. Okay, so everything looks great on the rocker arm side of things. Every one of them was tight. I had it set at 24 foot-pounds. They clicked off every single time, no problem. I don't know. The noise could be possibly coming from the exhaust manifold because I think it was leaking at one point. I thought I had fixed it. Maybe it's starting again, but it really did sound like a tick more than an exhaust leak. But yeah, whatever. All the rings or all the springs looked good, and like, look at this. This thing is just like I can't get enough light in here. There, look at that. Look how clean all that is. I don't know if you can tell how clean it is because of like this dirt and stuff up here. That's not really a big deal. But all this car does is see the track, and that's it. So I guess that probably helps because the oil doesn't ever, you know, just get a little bit of water in it when you drive around, or moisture in the air. You drive it for a little bit, it mixes up, and it never has time to burn off. This pretty much burns off the water every single time. So that's probably why it looks so awesome. I still am going to check timing, make sure that I have that all correct. I'm going to have to read in the book a little bit on that one. But other than that, the short block looks fine so far. Nothing wrong with it, which is good because I wasn't really wanting to swap in the other one that's over there. And also, this is what keeps happening to my exhaust. Just completely broken off, laying there on the ground. If I have a clip of it, I'll put it in there at the end so you can hear what it sounds like in the car, but it is ridiculously loud in the car. Actually scared the crap out of me when it broke off. But it broke off mid-drift. We drifted over it, and it was the very last corner, so not very far. But it really threw me for a loop. What else? At some point, I'm going to pull the water pump off too. I've been running straight water in here for 3 or 4 years that this motor has been running. Straight water on a water pump likes to eat up the little fin on the impeller. So we'll probably check that too at a different time. And then timing, and then start looking at injectors, I guess, because I don't know what else. Also, you might have noticed I was using this. So yeah, somebody broke into my truck, stole a bunch of my tools, so I didn't have the adapter for this 3/8 socket, and my my torque wrench is a 1/2 inch. So I took my grinder, grinded down the end of this until it fit in a 21 mil socket, and it worked. So ingenuity by necessity, I guess, which kind of sucks, but it works. So I'm not mad at it. Maybe I'll check timing right now, see what it's at. Well, it took like 10 minutes to find it in the book, but I finally found it. This is correct. The distributor is supposed to be pointing back towards the back of the engine. But what I did find that was wrong was my distributor cap here, which looks just like a whole bunch of spaghetti, I'm sure. It was overly advanced. I might have done that because of the cam. I don't remember. Again, I put this motor together like 3 or 4 years ago. It's ran great ever since. The only thing I ever do is change the oil in it, and half the time that's because it burns it, but that's what high RPMs do for these engines. Anyway, it's been a great motor, so I don't remember half the stuff that I did to it or the reason why. There was obviously a good reason, but yeah, this is not supposed to look... Basically, cylinder 1 on the cap sits here, and it should be right here. So this has got to go that way, which would be retarding it. Yeah, because the distributor turns counterclockwise. So there's at least one issue that I can kind of fix. Fixing that exhaust there is going to be the next one, because when it runs without the exhaust, it sounds really weird. I don't like it. I can't tell if it's running okay or if it's running like crap. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I would do a compression test if I had a compression tester. That would be awesome. But I don't, so I'll save that for the next video. If compression turns out okay, actually, you know, I'll probably ohm out the injectors tomorrow. Make sure all the injectors are right-ish. I mean, they are really old. 25 years old? Is that right? Yeah. I mean, they're original factory injectors. I literally pulled this motor out of a Mustang, put it in here, ran it. 4 years later, here we are. Or all the electronics, I should say. The bottom end was rebuilt 3 years ago, and then I put everything back together. Anyways, again, so that's it for tonight. I will see you guys later. Let me know what you thought. Hopefully this video is semi-short, because I didn't really cover a lot, but I'm still around. I'm still doing these things. I just don't video as much as I should. See you guys later.